Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Hamdatul M and my friends Jihan, Balqis and Putri Imtiyazah. We are gonna present about learning names. What is the meaning of learning names? Learning names is an effort knowing, remembering, then using the students' names during and outside the learning process for several purposes. Many teachers still assume that learning students' name is not that important. Yet many successful educators argue that it's essential and may affect to the relationship between student and teacher as well as among students. Here are several points that show the importance of learning students' name. First, make students feel like a welcome. When teachers call the students by names, moreover from the first meeting in the class, students will feel that they are well received in the new environment. Of course, it will motivate them. Some students even will praise you when teachers remember their name, so that their confidence will increase. The second is students feel considered their existence. Some students feel of being tuned out when the teacher forgets their name. In short, using students' names during the learning process helps them feel engaged, seen, more likely to respond positively to whatever is being communicated. The teacher may also use their names when giving an example of a sentence or case. The third is establishing a successful social atmosphere and increasing the opportunity for communication. Knowing who others are and others knowing who we are is the primary building block of social life, says sociologist Karen Sternheimer. Students will not only treat the teacher as a rigid educator whom they should respect, but by knowing each other, teacher and students may feel closer. Then they may be more open and communicate casually. Other than that, it also affects to the relationship among students such as communication and empathy. The last is helping teacher to catch students' attention in giving instruction. It's necessary to mention students' name to make them aware that the teacher actually is talking to a certain student, or she probably admonishes some of them.
Okay, let's move to the technique to learn and remember the student's name. The first is check your roster before meeting your class. This is the student side. You may also ask other teachers if you are not sure on pronunciation of the names. The second is name card or labels. If you are a teacher, you can ask students to make standing up name cards that should be put in their desk, or it can be simply made also using a sticky label and wear it. The third is individualist card or labels. You can ask students to create a card consisting of picture and personal data, for example like their hobby or their personal characteristic or etc. Teacher may open it when she or he forgets the name. Although this technique is more complicated, it's considered to help teacher remember the student's name in the long term. The fourth is room map. You can draw room a sketch plan related to seats, tables, and text too. Then stick the name card on each table. Use it when you want to recognize them in the class while learning their names. Fifth, noting memorable characteristics. You can make a note about the student's characteristics, which is the most striking, for example like Vina. She used the green glasses. 6. Photo poster or booklet. Ask students to bring or send their photos, then create a collage or booklet from their photos which has their names added. Put it up on the classroom wall. 7th, put a photo with a commentary on the internet. It deals with the idea of Russell standard, where students should upload their photo and short recording to the internet either in class website, if available, or send email or message to each other. 8.
Class photo. Take a picture with the students in the first meeting, then annotate it with their names. New English name. When we meet students from abroad whose names are difficult to pronounce, for example Chinese names, the teacher can give him or her a new English name instead of repeatedly calling them with the wrong spelling. In giving them names, the teacher must also have a few rules to keep them comfortable, such as tell them to choose English name that sound similar to their names or choose the name depending on the musician, writer, or person they like. Learning the right names. If you think that one or some of your students' names are very complicated, don't give up. Do these several stages. The first stage is ask students to say their names again and listen carefully. Then, try to pronounce it and ask students to give feedback. If you cannot do it in short time, apologize, but say that you will come back to it. Or, you can record the pronunciation of students' names then replay it at home. The last one is bingo names. This kind of activity is like a game that is not only help teacher but also the students to know each others. Write the students' names all on the board, then each student draw a 3x3 grid and select 9 different names from the list to write in each squares. After that, the teacher chooses one or both of this activity to do. The first activity is students mingle and chat with other students to get to know each other and trying to find people whose names are written on their grid. And the second activity is all students are stand up, then the teacher randomly call a name. When students hear a name that written in their grid, they have to indicate the correct students and cross out the student's name.
Okay, who's been sitting at a desk all day? Excellent. And I know some of you teach, and when we watch our students in class, whether it's kindergarten, 8th graders, college level students, after sitting a while, we get a little fidgety. So this is a great way to get some fidgets out before you have to sit for a while, and it's a great tool that you can use with your clients, your students. So why doesn't everybody stand up? And we're just going to take a minute. And let's just shake one arm up. Shake it, 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 shake it. And that's a beautiful visual as well. Shake the other arm out. Shake it, 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 shake it. Oh, and shake everything out. Shake everything out. Let's make a little ha noise. And ha, 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 ha. Oh, that feels good. And you know what I found? I found that if something feels good to me, it usually feels good to someone else. And so let's just start with a little name game. And this is something that I've used with kids and adults. And without even thinking, I'm going to come in the middle and I'm going to do a gesture and say my name, and then you will all repeat my name with your voice and with my gesture. So I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to go, Kathy, and let's see it and hear it. Kathy, excellent. And what's yours? Say your name. What's your movement?
Val.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Val, nice job.
Teresa.
Teresa, nice one.
Donna.
Donna.
Pam.
Pam.
Hannah.
Hannah.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Krista.
Krista.
Christine.
Christine.
Jen.
Jen.
Izzy.
Izzy.
Susan.
Susan. And let's just get the energy. Let's have little twinkle fingers for the kids, and let's just move in. Let's step in the microphone, and let's move in with a ha noise. Ha. And come back with ha. Go in with ha. Go back with ha. One more. Go in with ha. And with ha. Now just shake everything out and go ha 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 ha. Okay, and you are warmed up. Have a seat. Thank you.